officials, this is your 1 minute warning, players and officials, 1 minute warning. Reminder, the presentation for the girls 18s.
So welcome to what is shaping up to be game of the day, the boys 18s final. England versus France, England with the tap. This game has already been played out. France beat England 10-8 over on pitch 2 in a game that gathered all of the crowds. The French support is here in spades, the English support matching them only just. If you were judging off supporters alone, you might be forgiven for thinking that this one was taking place in Vichy only a couple of weeks ago. But no, University of Warwick. There's a hush that comes across the crowd. We're waiting with bated breath. This is a game for all the marbles. Stand by. Hooter about to get underway. Thomas Davies with the ball ready to go, working alongside Charlie Samble, Xavier Conahan and Dylan Sharp. And we're off. The big one, 40 minutes for this boys 18s category to come to its fruition. Samble platforming, Conahan feeding over towards Davies. Davies, Sharp. Sharp, link punish here for Dylan Sharp, driving at the line, looking for the inside check, seen off by very staunch French defenders, Sharp and Davies, honing their craft out of the northwest of England, combining with Conahan. Xavier Conahan, Davies platforming, it was well worked from Sharp, stepping back against the grain. First defensive blood drawn for France, who are looking to getting off the field as effectively as possible. Kit, this game has a little bit of everything on offer.
It does, Joe, and I think for this game, especially with such attacking threats on either side, defense will be the winner here.
And here he is. Whisper it quietly, but you got to keep an eye out for this dynamic pairing. Here's Enzo Cortial driving, play through calls, but Thomas Davies had just hit the onside line. That pairing between Enzo Cortial and Martin Poignet is absolutely frightening for any defensive line. As Enzo Cortial stamps his mark on the game, and the first time of asking. 70 seconds in, poacher's finish, intercept for the young lad. This is why he's been touted as the next best thing coming out of French touch. Enzo Cortial.
We knew he was going to make his mark on the game, but not in that fashion and not this early. Enzo Cortial with an early lead for France.
And that will be such a boon to this French side. We saw them in the knockout game earlier. Cortial was resting. Cortial's back with a bang. Now, it's on England to reply. Lawton.
Oh, what a snipe from the number 5 there.
Yeah, Preza Parente with a brilliant snipe at link. Lawton checking open side towards Stan Wilkinson. Wilkinson isolated, just taking the settler. Wilkinson coming out of Manchester Foxes. This is a northern pod. Lawton out Chester. Wilkinson platforming. Lovely swing play to Oxford. Oxford diving. Brilliant defensive touch. Number 13, Konstant Nogachevsky. On our team sheet, you won't be able to see it, but we've circled some names to keep an eye out for, and so far every single one of them is delivering a masterclass. Oxford, left foot step, hitch kick, trying to escape through Nogachevsky. Diving touch brings up the 6 and change.
Yeah, lovely set there from England, but just well kept out by France.
Transition ball here for France. Lovely hands. Preza Parente goes through this work in transition expertly. Followed in suit by Nogachevsky. And here we go, Danger Pod comes flying onto the field. Here's the other one, Alexandra Leachel. There's threats all over the shop here for this French boys 18 side. Leachel platforming, Chaffot scooping, low right-handed step. Chaffot hitch kick, tries to get through Wilkinson. Great defensive touch from Stanley Wilkinson. Remains 1-0, but as we know, England gotta be wise to the shooting threats of France. This is where their first score came from, this intercept. No mistake made on touch 1. Oxford with a great platform. Stan Wilkinson dragging over towards the wing. Very nice work there as well. There's dangerous stuff here for England. Quinton Tyra barking orders. There is Q Tyra. Left foot step, dummying, trying to get into the in-goal area. Really good defensive touch from Jules Patout.
Yeah, great defensive form there. Just didn't bite and chase out to his man and held his shape, and he got the easy touch.
No, Patout just ghosting through some touches. Charlie Samble up making defensive interventions. Quinton Tyra following in suit now, although Chaffot just takes Quinton Tyra out wide and steps back on the inside. Here we go, Danger Pod on their way. Taking the settler, although penalty, forward pass given. In fact, it's off the mark, so England with a tap penalty looking at getting out of the field of play, get these fresh legs on. First touch is taken expertly. Charlie Samble checking away over towards Graham. Graham with the extra touch. Very nice work. Q Tyra shaped to throw the extra pass. Nothing doing. Here's Dylan Sharp. Hitch kick step. Ghosting now into the field of play. Positioning himself into the left middle channel. Liam Lawton joining as well. Thomas Davies. There's Conahan. Davies picking up against the grain. Ripping to Sharp.
Oh.
Trying to ghost through. Really good offensive read. Defensively, France staying wise to the threat.
Yeah, really threatening from England there. Nice bullet past the link, but just good French defence. Maybe thinking the holes out wide on the wing.
Courtial getting the no touch. Referee's happy to just play on. Dylan Sharp was looking to make a defensive play for England. Really good drive. Danger time here for England. Opportunities for France. Speculative flick pass. Couldn't quite connect. Alexander Leachel diving into his bag of tricks early. And Tom Davies looking to get us off the field effectively from an English perspective. Sharp feeding over towards Conahan. Conahan platforming. Really direct play. It's fast and furious stuff so far from both sides of the ball. Samble coming in and acting half. There's Oxford. Wilkinson positioning in an acting half. Samble scooping. 32 platform here. Extra touch on offer. Stan Wilkinson orchestrating the play. Wilkinson picking up, feeding towards Samble. Samble giving the extra pass away, but another interception. 2 in 5.5 minutes for France. It's the defensive work rate coming up trumps.
Yeah, just a bit of miscommunication there on the England line. There's a lovely red touch, gets the turnover for England, giving them prime opportunity for a chance of the French line.
Yeah, the French team are singing down the bottom end, but Charlie Samble knocking the ball loose, coming up with the play. Here is Samble. Wilkinson feeding Oxford. Oxford trapped again. Brilliant link shut this time from Courtial.
Yeah, he's done it on both sides of the park now, Courtial. What a snipe.
Oxford. Middle quickie here for Oxford. Wilkinson feeding. Oxford diving. Oxford
ball
scoring.
down.
And it's Theo Oxford standing up to be accounted for in front of the home fans. Brilliant open side quickie. We're back all square.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see from your middles. Just really patiently taking the touch, getting outside his man and just knowing he's sure-footed, getting the ball down nice and early.
What about that for a camera angle as well to see Oxford ghost over. And we are back all square. Parity on the scoreboard once more. Take a deep breath. This game is living up to the hype. There's Leachel steadying the ship for a moment. Leachel checking open side. Poignet wrapping. Leachel stepping back against the grain. Oh! Absolutely diabolical stuff from Leachel and Poignet. Blind flick past trail line. How good is that? France re-establish a lead.
Wow, that is something special. Just picks up and goes. He's got space either way. Could have even run through, and just the dirty flick inside sets England down 1 again.
The interpersonal connection between the two is absolutely phenomenal. Lawton now, Davies. Open side quickie here for Thomas Davies, just taking a settler. Davies coming back to the mark, working with Liam Lawton. Open side quickie here for Liam Lawton. Extra pass wanted to go. Conahan's lingering in a dangerous area, but that brings up the 5th touch. And no touches remaining here. Davies and Lawton looking to come up with a moment of magic for their English side. Oh, lovely late pass. Samble couldn't quite take it in stride, but it won't matter. Touch and pass given. France with a tap penalty.
Those French links on the line have been absolutely killing all English attacks so far. It might be the change in the game so far, just the French defensive links.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the likes of Preza Parente, here he is, going through some really tough work in their transition. Defensive touches, trying to get a no-touch claim. Conahan tracking across to make a decent enough touch. Here he is, Enzo Courtial, scooping. Courtial with a left foot step, striking through one, although... And that's a very good call from the referee. If Courtial initiated the touch on Davies as Davies was retreating. So a bit of a niche one, nominating the touch rather than getting touched defensively. So half court and turnover.
Yeah, it looks like Courtial just wanted a little push through, like a get out of my way. But, you know, that counts as initiating, and that's England's ball.
Absolutely it is. Here comes Oxford, try scorer Oxford, who's been nigh on unplayable so far in this English campaign. Oxford checking open side. Wilkinson, open side quickie. Stan Wilkinson ripping long, and it's taken in the corner. And Stan Wilkinson stands and delivers. Finished expertly in the corner from William Ward, but what about the pill?
What a seed, right to left on the diamond. what a take as well. It's not an easy one to catch. It's up in the air, and he just takes that really well.
And it's a really good offensive read that's probably been made by the coaching staff over in that far side, who just recognising that actually the early release to the wing is on. There's a really tight French defence shaping up in front of them. We're back all square, and these 9 minutes have absolutely flown by. He's taking a settler is Leachel. Settling, Leachel. Asking for a good platform, stepping away, driving. That might be try time. What a brilliant defensive touch coming over from Ollie Graham, but England guilty of not advancing. Leachel, Poignet. Open side quickie here for Poignet. Left foot step, back to Leachel. Graham with a great defensive touch. But you can see what this French team is doing already. This pod, they're going to condition these middles. The wingers have got chalk on their boots so far out wide. Poignet, Leachel, back to Poignet, diving. Charlie
what a
Sample up with a brilliant defensive touch, flying. Poignet, 2 middles into playing again. Leachel this time looking to take the platform. Open side quick here for Leachel, dummying. Poignet ripping long, connecting. Gabe Martin has a bit of work to do, but it's finished expertly right out the top draw from Bastien Blanc.
Blanc with a world-class finish in the right-hand corner. I mean, on a dime, bullet pass to the wing with a pressure from the England defence, but Blanc just a masterclass in how a winger should finish.
You could see it coming a mile off, couldn't you? Middle conditioning, whipping open side. It is playing beyond their years. It's France 3, England 2. France are always edging ahead. England are catching up every now and again, but not quite establishing themselves in the lead as of yet. Tom Davies with an open side over the short side, link punish. Liam Lawton, open side quickie. Dylan Sharp just picking up against the grain. Not quite the right offensive read on that occasion, but I'm sure the coaching staff won't mind the endeavour from the young lad.
No, it was a nice effort by Sharp, but England need a big stop here to stop the French just rolling in momentum.
Yeah, really good drive, almost getting caught. There's Conahan getting up, making touches. France getting off the field effectively. That's a brilliant drive from the number 4, cruising through the gears. No, and Bilger has to come back to the mark. Drove through one offside defender. Bilger just ate up the yards that was on offer for him. And listening to the referees about where to take the roll ball from. France now. Enzo Cortial, hitch kick step, late switch for Presa Parente. Davies with a really good defensive touch. Cortial checking open side. There's flick passive. Cortial taken by Presa Parente. Try scoring opportunities, and it had to be slapped down by Wart.
You can't guess what this French team are going to do. 5th touch, nothing left. Switches out the backs, and they will another set of 6.
Yeah, it's Patou working with Cortial as Alain Lebleur comes barking forward. Lovely split of platform.
Wow.
Slammed down with authority from Jonas Chaffot, who sides through the English defence in front of the home crowd, and all of a sudden the volume hits an apocalyptic level.
It's a slam dunk dive from Chaffot. Authority on the England liner. I mean, what confidence boost this would have given to the French team. It was going 2 up against this England side.
What a finish that is from Chaffot. But just as quickly as the replay's over, we're back to the action. Oxford into line attack. Wilkinson, Oxford picking against the grain. Left hand rip into the corner. Catch and finish. England reply the first time of asking. Phenomenal finish. Thomas Court in the far corner. That pod of Oxford and Wilkinson has the keys to the French defence.
Wilkinson with the right to left, Wilkinson with the right to left, Oxford with the left to right. This pod can go both ways and dive. They are dangerous, and the French team need to remember that.
Yeah, what a set of threats this is. Back to a 1-score game, 4-3. Dominant touch made. Alexandra Leachel just taking the settler. Things slowing down for a moment. Leachel opens out quick here for Chaffot. Chaffot with the right foot step. Chaffot ripping into the link channel. Unfortunately, on this occasion, Thomas Guerin couldn't take that one in stride. And look at the speed of the English turnover, wasting no time for getting off the box.
Yeah, unfortunate from the French there, but England will be happy with that error because it's such a tight game. 2-score difference is too much.
Sambal with a great roll ball. Conahan now. Davies as well. Tom Davies coming down in front of Liam Lawton. 5th touch, giving opportunity here for Lawton. Lawton, hitch kicks there. Late switch. Tom Davies couldn't quite take that one in stride, but you can see the endeavour from the young English players.
As France are driving, I know, error in the roll ball. I wonder, referee's going to give 6 more to France, although it looked like a French foot there, but this side won't argue that, and they'll be really confident and happy with another 6 on the line.
I completely agree. Fresh set of 6 here for France. Danger pod as well. Here comes Enzo Cortial wearing 9. Just never looks like he's in a rush until he wants to inject a load of pace and create scoring opportunities. Chaffot, link punish here for Jonas Chaffot. Chaffot stepping, but that ball just drifting forward from half.
Again, England just being on the good side of the French errors here, but they're really going to need to capitalise on the other end if they want to keep this game in tow.
And England driving, getting off the box effectively, and here's the pod that has caused France all sorts of problems. Stan Wilkinson feeding over towards Oxford. Oxford avoiding one. Wilkinson, 5th touch platform, right foot step, looking to rip into the link hole. Lovely ball away. It's all, oh, I thought it was a play on call for a moment. Brilliant design, almost the execution almost matching. But again, you see the endeavour from Wilkinson and Oxford, always trying to create scoring opportunities, but a really good defensive touch made by the 28 Bastien Blanc.
No, it's just great French defence in this first half, keeping England to only 3, but it's a dangerous England side who can score, and if the standard drops at all, they will let them know. And another turnover by the 7. Charlie Samble was having an absolute defensive masterclass here, just turning over 2 in the same area.
I mean, that is disrupting roll balls to an absolute extreme, and France want to put on the physicality a little bit. Got to be careful not to give away a hard touch. Wilkinson, open side quick here for Stan Wilkinson. Oxford ripping against the grain, fizzing long. Gabe Martin with the finish. Charlie Samble forcing the turnover, and Oxford and Wilkinson say thank you very much. Gabe Martin gets the ball down and brings us back all square.
Oxford at half, you have to be careful. We had a link sniping him as well, but you know what? He went left to right, now here's his right to left. What a ball from the man.
These two are unplayable when they get going. Look at this from Oxford. Steely-eyed composure. Martin with the finish under pressure. We're back all square. England 4, France 4. These 16 minutes have absolutely flown by. And these two sides are delivering a all-time classic as we see. Oh, beautiful score again. Martin Poignet re-establishes a French lead. These splitters are splitting England wide open.
Unbelievable. Middle gap. You shouldn't be getting through there. That is a dirty dive by Poignet. And it's one the French team would have loved.
Absolutely. Exactly what they needed. 5-4 now. France in the driver's seat once more. Here is Charlie Samble, who's doing double shifts out here at link, such as the athleticism of the young lad. Samble working in the middle with Davies. Davies with the clap cue. 32 scoop here for Liam Lawton. Lawton dummying, hesitating for a moment. Samble back over towards Lawton. Lawton wants the open side quickie, getting the open side quickie. Liam Lawton diving at the line. Liam Lawton scoring, pulling the French defence left, right and centre. We're back all square.
What a game we have here. Splitters, quickies, long balls either way. Lawton treating us there with a nice little dive, and just the expertise to slow the play down to your tempo is outstanding.
It absolutely is, you're right. It's just buying time, then accelerating through the gaps when they afford themselves to you. However, the one thing England haven't been able to do so far is shut out this dynamic French attack. Specifically, number 23, number 25, Jules Patou and Alexandre Leachel. Here is Leachel, steadying the ship for a moment. Patou feeding Leachel. Leachel, open side quickie, Chaffot driving.
What an effort from Oxford there, just to shut out the touch from the middle of the park. And now England have another chance, and they've finally shut out this defence.
And maybe could have been given in the ruck. I mean, that will almost certainly be given 6 more. But England just stuttering and getting off the field. Need to work just a little bit harder. And here's Q Tyro, who knows no other gear other than 5th, driving forward. There's Sharp coming involved as well. A bit of northern grit about this pub. Q Tyra couldn't quite take that one in stride. Midfield turnover here for France. 90 seconds left on the clock. A score here, allowing France to go into the half-time 1 ahead. Will give them all the confidence in the world going into the second half. Oh, Cortial is off on a mazy run.
And the French team are offered 6 on the line, I think, due to chat back to the referee. So England gifting France a prime opportunity here just to get one up.
Yeah, Samble and Tyra looking to work hard in defence. They're up against the who's who of the French young talent. However, early roll ball error, and Q Tyra looks to set England away, getting over towards the box. Here's Samble wrapping round, late inside check towards Q Tyra. Tyra can't quite take that one with him, asking questions of the referees. Is the defensive line of England. George Norton it was, having just a little question to see if the referees were happy with the standard of the sevens. The referees were. A minute left to go. Still locked all square. Crucial moments in the shape of this game. Poignet, Courtial, Enzo Courtial, open side quickie. Courtial with the right footstep, leaving English players on the floor. They do enough to just crowd out the dangerous number 9 for France.
French pod here, just doing so well to get both English middles up, making it really hard for them to get back on side.
Oh, Poignet in motion. Oh, it's rinse and repeat. Enzo Courtial and Martin Poignet with interpersonal connection in spades. This inside line, this trail run from Poignet is causing England all sorts of problems. It's almost rinse and repeat. And Courtial and Poignet are just dominating the English defence.
No, completely. There's not much you can ask for that this French team haven't given us. And I think a little bit of clever play from the French. No, there's not a lot of time left there, just giving England the penalty on their line, but they won't be upset about that at all.
No touches available, although I'll tell you what, if Liam Lawton create a moment of magic, then they might be upset. At half-time we go in, France 6, England 5, France 1 to the good. They do get their score to take them ahead. And Kit, what about the standard of junior touch on offer for us here today?
No, if it wasn't for those 1 or 2 mistakes, you'd think this is an opens games. Thanks for the boys for reminding us that they're only just 18 years old, but it is ridiculous.
At the half, France are 1 ahead. England with a few moments of problem solving to do, namely you've got to be able to wrap up the dangerous Martin Poignet and the absolutely electric Enzo Courtial at the half in this gold medal match. France 6, England 5.
Allez les bleus.
So the second half about to get underway. France in the driver's seat by 1, 6-5 over England. And a first half that had a little bit of everything, Kit. We were just talking at half time. We were blown away by the standard that we're seeing.
It's pretty unbelievable to think this is a boys 18s team, is exactly what we were saying, but I think just the whole weekend has been a standard raiser for expectations.
Absolutely, and these boys have a little bit of everything as Leachel and Poignier splitting, looking to hit Leachel.
No,
Poignier.
stop it.
Absolutely diabolical footwork from Poignier, stepping through the English defence, extending their lead out to 2.
My word, just unbelievable splitter play there. Didn't really look like anything was on, but just feline, like he was like a cat dancing through the alley there. Just unbelievable footwork.
Now England have got 2 scores to overcome. Sharp, Conahan, Lawton looking for the scoop. Dylan Sharp just asking for the dropping early penalty. Liam Lawton, open side quickie. Conahan giving in the ball back. Lawton looking to rip long. Instead he dummies and goes himself. Liam Lawton has a brace in this gold medal match. Brings it back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, we know Lawton can get down, and he showed us that just again. Lovely footwork there, just to beat his man on the outside. It was sold by the dummy. The link was in the hole, but by sending it out, because he did have the overlap, he just managed to get that ball down and score for England.
It's an incredibly rare, and I can't emphasise this enough, an incredibly rare misread defensively from Preza Parente. The far side French link has been perfect in his entire campaign here in the boys 18s category. Bobbly roll ball from France. Referee's happy. Is Courtial looking to create scoring opportunities. Courtial, Chaffot, back to Courtial, ripping into the link channel. It's
great
well
shot.
marshalled by the number 10, Thomas Courts.
Exactly what you want to see from your winger there. Thomas Courts, a fantastic read to shut out that link cut-out pass.
Still a touch available though for France. Courtial just retreating for a moment. Enzo Courtial looking to have a dabble down the short side. That'll bring up the 6 and change. Throws the ball back into Charlie Samble, and now England want to get off the field cleanly. Tyra platforming. Samble following in suit. There's Norton driving forward. Much better couple touches initially here from England. Skip pass
lovely
out to the wing. It's world-class stuff here from England, buying extra metres, getting the roll ball down cleanly. And now the fresh legs coming onto the field have one more touch to play with. 5th coming. Oxford platforming here for Stan Wilkinson. Wilkinson scooping, dummying, escaping for a moment until Jonas Chaffot slammed the door in his face.
No, that French defence was just keeping all options locked off there. It was great D from them.
Yeah, they were locking off and locking in defensively. This is dangerous stuff here. This game is being played at a standard that we've never seen before from an 18s category, especially here at the Youth Euro. Stan Wilkinson with a good touch. But here we go. Leachel, Poignier driving, scooping, accelerating, escaping into the goal area.
Oh!
But again, it is a world-class defensive shot from Thomas Courts. The French fans at the bottom don't like it. There's a collision of bodies. There's nothing doing. There's no penalty or hard touch. Everyone's got to commit fully to defensive interventions. It's unfortunate that someone's come off slightly worse for wear, but you can see here both players just flying in to make the touch. It was reckless abandon from all sides of the ball, and luckily and thankfully Marius Pins is fine and just getting a little bit of free spray treatment, and now we're off to the races again on the English subset.
No, there's nothing in that collision, just 2 players passionate about winning the collision and winning the ball, so we're excited to see England roll up the pitch here, just getting a good drive on against the French.
Yeah, brilliant start by Eli Bingley, setting great expectations. Here we go. Sharp ripping to Bingley. Bingley trying to carve against the grain, but the 14 is matched by the French 14. Theodore Hess.
England got to get a stop to the French attack early on here. They've been able to roll the English defence in the midfield so far, and it's allowed them to get good field position when on the scoop.
There's Preza Parente driving, followed by Leachel. Wonderful expectations set, and here comes the dangerous pod for France. There's number 21, Sauvage. Sauvage platforming, working in the midfield with Enzo Courtial. Courtial scooping, accelerating.
He's gone.
Look at the turn of pace as Sauvage with the finish. My word, Enzo Courtial is in a class of his own.
Courtial with a bit of a word there to the English wing after the score, but just absolute pace and a bit of a bit of an on-team mistake there. England having both mids up, just making it really hard for them to get back onside and just letting the gaps open for the French to take advantage of, and a really good set by the French D there.
Yeah, passionate work from Enzo Cortial. Just having a little bit of a bark. We're back in another exciting game. That pass inaccurate behind the right shoulder of Liam Lawton. Can't quite take this one in stride.
Again, I just want to see the English defence get set here. They've been rolled a few times by the French, but having 2 or 3 men in the challenge just lets the French train just drive straight through.
That's a bobbly roll ball. That might be turnover. Yes, it is indeed. I think the sideline ref just said, no, it wasn't an English boot, it was a French boot that knocked that one slightly loose. Tyra straightening. Norton coming in and getting involved as well. There's Norton platforming, Tyro working hard to get there. Sambal, late pass away towards Lawton. A little bit of a disjointed English attacking set for a moment. Here comes Q Tyra now, platforming here, sweeper
step
here
back, step
for
back.
Liam Lawton. Lawton diving.
The hole opened on the step back on the left-hand side. Unfortunate for Lawton because he's had such success in the dive early on in the game with another brace.
That's 6 and change. I wonder if they'll go right back to that attacking setup and see if they throw the inside trail line, or if they will go for that step back option. And dangerous work here for France, getting off the field less than effectively on this occasion. Really good midfield defence from Sambal, Martin and co. This is one more touch available. Cortial scooping from his own 10-metre line. Enzo Cortial, hitch kick step, getting around the outside of Q Tyra. Q Tyra in hot pursuit, but it's picked up on the far side. William Wart comes up with a defensive play to stop the Enzo Cortial tide.
Yeah, masterclass there from William Wart. If it wasn't for him, that would be another French try, and he's done really well to keep his side in this game.
He absolutely has. He's given England a foothold. They find themselves 2 scores down. It's a familiar place for England to be. This was the score deficit in their most recent game against this French team. There's Wilkinson looking to come down here for Dylan Sharp. Sharp feeding Oxford. Almost hit the last minute pass. Lovely line being carved off the ball over on the far side from Ollie Graham.
Yeah, you see Oxford back in this, trying to marshal this attack and will his side to another score. We know he's dangerous on the ball.
Open side quick here for Oxford. Wilkinson feeding Oxford. Oxford diving. Enzo Cortial with a really good defensive read, but it's gone forward off the base of the ruck, and Enzo Cortial barking in the face of Theo Oxford.
Absolutely letting him know. Enzo Cortial is obviously a very passionate player, and he is showing that through bark and bite.
Cortial, good roll ball opportunity. Dylan Sharp with a flick touch. Cortial's got to come back to the mark. His Preza Parente is being asked to latch all day and does so perfectly. Look at that for a platform here for the dangerous Leachall and Chaffot. Chaffot, right foot step. Leachall, 3 on 2. Couldn't quite take that ball with him, but again you see the threat from the French transition.
No, they're a threatening side, all parts of the French team you need to be careful for, but at this point, Theo Oxford had it marked, and England are looking for another chance to get back at them.
Great roll ball as well from Oxford. Stan Wilkinson following in suit. Bit too tall in the touch. Lovely long ball rip, finding Wart. Wart going through some quite tall work. There's a fair bit of contact going on the far side. The referee's happy to let this one go. Wart as well with another one. Referee's waving, play on. Loving the expectations of the physicality here. 5th touch, platform Tom and Davies. Liam Lawton unhooks the trailer, escapes into the in-goal area, looking for scoring opportunities almost. Jonah Chaffot stayed with him stride for stride. That's one almighty foot race.
A very well-timed dive there by Jonah Chaffot, because he looked like he was going to go through in a second, but no, the French defence just willing England away through every effort. And again, France are appealing for in the rock, and they are going to get it this time with a penalty and 6 more, and England being walked back a few metres.
Yeah, that one felt like the right decision. The one before certainly wasn't a 6 more. That one, yeah, probably was. And you give the most dangerous pod, Poignet and co, opportunities to strike. You are asking for trouble. Guerin, Poignet, open side quick here for Martin Poignet. Steadying the ship for a moment, just bringing the level back down. Guerin, Poignet, dummies the splitter from Cortial, inside pass to Cortial. Oh my word, these 2 boys are a cut above the rest. Poignet to Cortial to score. Poignet returning the favour. Cortial, it's been rinse and repeat between the 2 of them. Unplayable.
What else can we say that we haven't already? England need to find an answer for these 2, and they need to find an answer quick, because they've gone 2 down. 3 down yet again.
It's 3 down now, 9-6 in favour of France. This France Boys 18 side is absolutely phenomenal. Love to see them stay together and represent at open categories later on in their playing career. Samble with a nice quick pass. A flick pass was quite speculative from Norton, but they get the penalty. England realign with a fresh set of 6 touches in the chamber, ready to go. Tyra, Norton, Samble and Sharp. Tyra.
England need to get these French links off the line. It's just letting them snipe the play early.
And they're doing a much better job at trying to engage Preza Parente. Parente retreating early. Samble asking the question of the referee. Referee's having a look. Nothing doing at the moment. There is Charlie Samble diving at the line. Really good defensive touch coming in by the far side winger, the number 18 for France, Timothy Fodder.
It's a good set from England. They'll be looking to do more of the same, but feed the 2-on-1 next time.
Oh, lovely long option.
Lovely.
Oh, cut off the line. Q Tyra puts it on a plate for Sharp. Scything through the French defence. It's the first time, really, that France got their defensive spacing all wrong.
Oh, completely. And England took advantage of that straight away with a lovely line from Sharp. You couldn't ask for a better hole as a ball player for your player to run.
Oh, you absolutely couldn't ask for a better player. You couldn't ask for a better line, couldn't ask for a better setup. This game has been played at a world-class level. Speaking of world-class levels, there's Alexandra Leachel looking to make things happen here. Working with Petu, Leachel having a go. There was calls of offside. I think they do hit the line eventually. Wilkinson just asking questions of the referees. 9 minutes left to go. Fresh set of 6 here. Crucial moments, they all are. Steadying the ship for a moment. Leachel wants that ball, feeding over towards Chaffo. Leak punish here for Jonah Chaffo. Inside check, but Stan
touch.
Wilkinson is up for it. However, second penalty on the line.
England's really struggling with France's ability here to move the ball on the line and get all players up active in the play.
Leachel, Chaffo, splitter play, danger time. Great touch again, Stan Wilkinson. You know, we're so used to seeing him on the other side of the ball, but what we're seeing now is we're seeing it from an attacking perspective. The referee's actually had to turn around and say to the supporting cast down the bottom end, we need to tone it down just a little bit. And unfortunately, that one just drops to the floor. Chaffo couldn't take that one in stride. Oxford and Wilkinson do a good job. Skip pass over to the wing. And England get this subset underway.
Oh, unfortunately, England there, hips not square, so they're giving this dangerous France side, and then actually a new France side where they put Enzo Cortial on, and we know what that boy can do.
Yeah, here he comes, here he comes. There's a sense of expectation whenever he steps onto the field of play. Magical player. Here he is, Cortial. Leachel steadying the ship. Leachel gets it back from Cortial. Leachel diving. Leachel scoring. And as soon as Enzo Cortial steps on the field of play, it's like England take their eyes off Leachel, who gets the score. Although, no, they won't. The sideline ref, forward pass from Cortial, and Cortial with an acknowledging nod and says, probably fair enough.
No one's perfect, and Cortial just proved that through a rare error, and England will be thankful for this.
Finally, he's shown that he's human and not just some almighty touch-playing machine that barely ever makes mistakes. Sharp, little nudge, play through, Quinton Tyra driving as well. England need a little bit more momentum. George Norton trying to do exactly that. This is 4th touch, 5th coming. Norton platforming here. Sharp, scooping, accelerating, looking to pick out. Oh,
lovely.
My word.
Wow.
Oh, my word. Quinton Tyra with a baton pass. A moment of magic out of the top drawer. Quality when England needed it.
Quinton Tyra, take a bow, making something out of nothing. The French defence read really well again, but he's just batted it over to the corner. Nothing you can do as a French winger there.
Oh my word. There is not enough. There's not enough adjectives I've got in my locker to describe how good this game is. And we're back to a 1-score game as England have fought their way back into this tie. France still in the driver's seat, but they've got to fix up. They've got to defend these two dangerous players, Poignet, Cortial, and Poignet positioning himself in at the link channel now, potentially looking for this link punish option. Poignet positioning well, matador movements from Martin Poignet, counts his option, step back, leaving English players on the floor, and Poignet with yet another score. Martin Poignet is fast becoming in the conversation for MVP of this game. Poignet, my word, what a score.
just seeing Theo Oxford get rarely loose-footed there on the dry ground, but Poignet taking advantage of that, and England looking again for an answer to the French defence.
Samble, Norton, Tyra. Here is Samble. Out ball here for George Norton. Norton puts the brakes on. Oh! Charlie Samble with a pick-up off the bootlaces, getting over. The pass from Norton was less than sympathetic, and Charlie Samble eats it for breakfast.
Samble had no right to score that. An unseen error by England, and Samble just absolutely picks it off of the grass blades. A centimetre more, it would have been a drop ball.
I mean, you know it's good when even the French sub-box below us is applauding the pick-up from Charlie Samble. They couldn't quite believe what they were seeing. We're back to a one-score game. Leachel finds himself in a familiar position on the English 7, working with Petou. Leachel checking over side towards Chaffot. Chaffot, link punish, nothing doing. Inside trail, picked up, touch 0, and England want to go quickly against the less than set French defence.
Yeah, it's a really nice pick-up from England there. It's just given them the advantage because we know how dangerous France can be in.
Sharp just getting caught. Thomas Davies knows no other direction other than forward. There's Oxford platforming, little stumble. Fifth coming now. Theo Oxford looking at platform here for Wilkinson. Wilkinson, static platform. Dummying though, getting into the goal area. Hitch kick step, but he's caught at the last moment. Absolutely magical defensive intervention from Alexandra Leachel. Unfortunately, just takes his time getting up off the floor. Looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. I think just winded. This floor feels like concrete, I imagine. 10-9, 4 minutes left to go. France with the advantage, England with the momentum.
No, France need a really good drive on the field here, and England oppositely need a really good defensive stop. They've been rolled a few times this game by the French. Rolling. Oh, nice check off there. 6 more for the French as well. But they've been rolled a few times, and they're just giving the French an advantage here.
They have, and England are able to put on the press, but Lou Wells, but Poignet and Courtial creating all sorts of problems defensively. Here is Poignet, Courtial. Enzo Courtial with a late check away. Poignet wrapping round, Poignet driving. Poignet trying to escape through Oxford. Oxford with a great defensive touch.
Oxford's done it on both sides of the park today, and he should be happy with his performance. And a few boos from the French crowd as the refs march England up a few metres for infringement, and England have a penalty and a good position in the middle of the park to get the French rolling back.
Wilkinson driving. There's Oxford following in suit. That'll be given 6 more. Enzo Courtial just couldn't help himself but have his hand in the passing lane. 3 minutes left to go. An English score here really does change the picture of this game. England certainly have the momentum. France, though, still with the advantage. Lawton driving. Davies in an acting half. There is Ziggy Conahan. Conahan coming in and checking away towards Davies. Davies with Sharp on his left. Doesn't use him. Now comes down in front of Dylan Sharp. Conahan on the outline. Right foot step. Conahan with a beautiful rip. And Thomas Davies lingering in a dangerous area. It's Ziggy Stardust for Xavier Conahan.
Oh my goodness. Going against the grain of the play. Little sinker into the perfect mid-hole. And it's just expertly pinked out.
And 2 minutes left on the clock. 10 tries apiece. We know what we want, but we know what England and France won't want. They'll want to get this one wrapped up in regular time.
And England giving away a perfectly scripted chance from France. And you're giving a very dangerous France pod who actually, look at the sub-box, Courtial wants to come back on. The man of the moment wants his moment.
Yeah, here he comes, Enzo Courtial. You can never deny him striking opportunities. He's got fairy dust about him. Everything he touches is absolutely magical. Courtial positioning now into the link channel. Link punish here for Enzo Courtial. Step back option, left-handed rip. Finding the wing.
Oh my God.
He has absolutely no right. All of his momentum is carrying himself to the left. Stepping off the left boot. 30 yards left-handed long ball. My word, how good is Enzo Courtial?
You cannot ignore his footwork and diving threat. But the fact he has that in his locker makes him all the more dangerous. England just haven't had an answer for the man today.
60 seconds left on the clock. Wilkinson, Isaac, Lawton. They've put out the bomb squad. It is all of England's biggest attacking threats out here. They've all hit their stride in this game magically. Liam Lawton looking for his hat-trick score to bring this all square. And Liam Lawton will get his hat-trick on the stroke of full time, bringing us back to 11 scores apiece. This game is absolutely outrageous.
We're going to see it, Joe, but Lawton has willed us to a drop-off less Perhaps the French can answer really quick here. With no right, absolutely. Just to go through an impressive French defence. Middle with a dive.
Absolutely blown away by the standard out here. Poignet looking to create a last moment of magic for France and give them the victory in this gold medal match. What else could you ask for from a gold medal match? Really good defensive touch from Graham, just knocking Poignet off balance for a moment.
England might even want a bit of dark arts here just to extend the clock so France don't have another roll ball striking opportunity.
Leachall driving, late switch for Courtial. Courtial.
Oh no, no way. Oh my goodness.
It's going to go any moment now, and it does. England have seconds remaining to turn the tide back in their favour.
Oh my goodness.
With a buzzer beater to secure the gold medal for France in this boys 18s. There's a pitch invasion. It's dynamic, it's terrifying. It is absolutely unreal, although the referee's just having a conversation. They're just wondering. I think the full-time whistle had gone, and I believe it is indeed. How absolutely magical. This boys 18s final had a little bit of everything. Phenomenal play, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Kit. MVP. Who else? Enzo Courtial.
The man who doesn't need a set play, a strike play, just his own 2 feet and quick thinking. Enzo Courtial has to be their MVP of the final.
What a winning score. Staring into the souls of the French support down the bottom. We have been treated to an absolute classic and a wonderful example of just how far this sport has grown. The boys 18s delivering calibre and standards accepted only previously in the opens categories. It finishes France 12, England 11. Kit, have you got any final words for us? Because I'm out of luck.
I'm out of luck, I'm out of words, Joe. Just what a game we have witnessed, and a few individual brilliant performances, and overall England just unlucky to face such a dominant France side.
They absolutely were unlucky, but steel sharpens steel. They'll run this back next year, possibly in the 20s division. Some of these boys will remain in the 18s. It's how young this team is, and what about the sportsmanship on display here? England providing a tunnel for the victors, France. A magical moment for the sport, and a magical individual moment for that man on your screen, Enzo Courtial, taking home the gold medal back to France. We're going to take a very quick break, regain some composure and our breath, but it'll be the mixed 18s final coming up for you in a moment, where England will look to get another gold medal on the board, but as it stands here, it is French jubilation.